where we talk and you listen. I am your host, Mrs. Mott, also known as Sophia's mom. Today we have a very special guest with us, and she needs no introduction, but I'll introduce her anyway. Let's welcome Sophia Mott to the Sophia Show.
Oh my, this is so surprising. I never would have thought that I'd be able to be on this set ever.
As a guest?
Well, yeah, I guess as a guest.
Okay, so let's get started. The Sophia Show, you seem like really comfortable on camera. Have you always been this way?
Yeah, I think ever since the moment I was born, I've always wanted, I always love being in the spotlight. I think it's in great part to you because, you grew up loving performing and theater and all sorts of things like that. So I guess you grew up on that as well. Me, so whether I'm acting on stage or in front of a camera or behind a camera, I just love, talking.
True. So what made you come up with the idea for the Sophia Show, and was that the title you were always going with, or did you throw other things around?
So I took Mr. Perks's Video 1 class last year. Well, yeah, last year, my last semester of junior year. And at the end of the semester, he came up to me and was talking about how he wanted to have a talk show at the school, and he was like, you would be a perfect person to do it. And of course I was flattered, and I immediately jumped at that opportunity. So the entire summer was spent planning out things, having a Google Doc with maps of what the set would look like, spray painting, finding a logo, having posters, Coach Mott coasters, Coach Mott coasters, Coach Mott wooden board and stand. And as for the title, that was completely random because Mr. Perks called it the Sophia Show for a little bit, and we were like, okay, that's just the stand-in title for now until we come up with another one. But then once school, it was August when school was coming up, we were like, okay, I guess that sounds nice. We'll just keep it like that. And then that's the brand now.
I know, I like your shirt.
I'm twinning with the mayor.
Very nice. Very nice. So you've done a lot of episodes of the Sophia Show so far. I think this might be your 15th episode with some little things kind of in between. What has been your favorite episode so far that you have filmed?
Ooh. Okay. I think there's no specific one that I like. There's a lot of different segments from each one that I like. One of the coolest ones I think was definitely interviewing the mayor. It was a little nerve-wracking getting the mayor in here, but it was really cool to have him here. Another one was, I think it was the third episode where we had the first lunchtime lyrics. That was my favorite one. It was really fun, a little chaotic, but really fun. And yeah, there's a lot of good things in every single episode, so it's hard to choose one that's that's the one.
Okay, true. They're all good, all different, all different. You highlighted so many different aspects of the school, from the theater program to sports, and like you said, to the mayor, so that was great. So speaking of your show and how it's set up, you had a lot of different segments. Did you have one specific segment that was your favorite?
I mean, I love the interview sessions because they're really fun, and it's nice getting to be interviewing people in my studio. That's pretty cool. But I absolutely love the lunchtime lyrics, even though they were really annoying to edit a lot because I had to write all the lyrics on there and find it to make sure it's right and listen to it to make sure that the people playing got them right. But it was really fun. The results were amazing every time, and I love them.
That was fun. I think that was my favorite too. The
lunchtime
lyrics. The first time you did that was the most fun, I think, to me. Watching it and seeing it was a lot of fun. All right, so now that your Sophia Show and now that your senior year is coming to an end, do you plan on bringing the Sophia Show with you wherever you go, and what are your future plans after high school?
So my future plans, I'm going to UNCW Honors College to study film, and I'm so excited, wings up. And I think I'm going to take the Sophia Show with me, definitely, but not in the same format as it is right now because I'm not picking up this whole thing and taking it with me to my dorm. I don't think my roommate would like that. So I'm probably going to transfer it to a podcast because I really wanted to try doing a podcast, and also this took a lot to edit. A lot of times to sit down and piece everything together and get all the video footage where it was amazing. I love it and I'm so thankful for it. but it was very tiring a lot of times. So transferring into a podcast would allow me to still have the interviews with people, to still have like fun conversations with people, but without the stress of like editing it all.
That makes sense. Yeah, it took a lot of time. I could vouch for
Yeah.
that. So another question. Now that you're a senior, right, and you're graduating, and you've been through 4 years of high school, for your freshman year a little bit crazy, but being in the school for multiple years, what advice would you give to underclassmen, incoming freshmen maybe, or any kind of underclassmen? What kind of advice, using like everything, all of your knowledge that you've gained over the last few years, what advice would you give them?
All of my knowledge. Okay. I think it's gonna sound cliche because it's probably been said before. Is to just try everything you can, even if it's something that might be out of your comfort zone, or maybe it's a try out for a team that you never even thought about before, or maybe you're an arts kid and you want to try out for a sport, or if you're an athletic kid and want to try pottery. I don't know. Just try something because you never know what you could discover about yourself. You never know what type of friends you could discover, what future passion could be waiting just outside of that locked door that you just need to open up the door. Exactly like that. And, this is the time to mess around, make mistakes, learn about yourself because, otherwise you're going to college and you have to sort of figure out where you're going from there. So really utilize this time to grow as a person.
I think a lot of people are afraid sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I've never done this before. What if I'm not good at it?
I was definitely afraid for certain things, but a lot of things I just did. Like, I tried out for something my sophomore year. Ooh, embarrassed myself really bad. But now it's a funny story that I can say, and I did it. So I can always say that I tried.
Yeah, try everything. Like, is it Shakira?
Like Shakira.
Yeah,
like Shakira said, try everything.
Okay, so one last note before you sign off.
Ooh, okay.
For the last time.
That's crazy.
So is there any special kind of shout outs or, any kind of special shout outs or thank yous that you want to give before, we dim the lights and close the lights on the studio?
That's actually crazy. Let's not say that. Okay. So first and foremost, I want to thank my parents. Come on in. Sit down over here. Here we go. I want to thank my parents for being so supportive for everything that I do and for, helping me create this whole thing and bring it to life. I am leaving my school in your hands now because I was here first, then him, then her. So I am leaving my school in your hands. So, yeah. I would also like to thank Mr. Perks, without whom this wouldn't even be a thing. I wouldn't have had this idea on my own, and I wouldn't have had this, set bill, wouldn't have had the opportunity to, have this whole thing sitting here so that all of his wonderful classes could walk in and see this blinding, beautiful sign here. So I thank him endlessly for that. And I also want to thank every single person who was on the show, who participated in the games, who agreed to be interviewed. My friends, Mr. Pittman, countless teachers, the mayor, Officer Stone, I really want to thank every single one of you because without you, the show wouldn't have had, its flavor, its spice, its intrigue because it's the Sophia show, but it's also the show highlighting everything that you guys do. And I really want to thank you for that.
All right. I think that wraps up this week's final episode of the Sophia show. Final show ever. And we just want to say to you one more time,
Thank you very much. Good night.